Right, Southgate in or Southgate out? Splits a lot of opinion. Out?
Out.
Straight away.
Out.
What is it out?
Boring. Defensive.
With that team, we should be winning many a tournament. Yeah.
But definitely out.
Yeah. So who would you like to see fetching? Because obviously internationals football's a little bit different.
Mourinho.
He's just got a job. He's just missed out by a day.
Mourinho, Pep Guardiola.
Jose Mourinho.
It's going to be a yes man again, though, isn't it? Potter or something like that, won't it?
Even to actually win a tournament, and someone like Mourinho.
Would they have to be English for you guys as well?
No. As long as they can win the
It's the best person for the job.
Absolutely.
I don't know who there is available though.
It's too much politics though in it,
There's
in
not a lot
who they
available.
choose as a manager, so I'd go with...
What would you say then? Is Gareth Southgate's sort of ceiling sort of thing? Because obviously you seem to be against him sort of thing. He was linked with the Man U job a little while ago. Would you say he's a top 6 manager, top 8, top 10? Where would you put him?
Championship. He got Middlesbrough relegated. 3 seasons in a row, they went worse and worse and worse.
It's different though, isn't it?
Yeah, so where would you say in Premier League then if you don't say
I'd go 8.
Relegation
Mid.
He's a Fulham man, back that level, Fulham. Yeah, Fulham.
And then the team almost picks itself in a lot of positions. I think the central midfield kind of does. You've got the right wing Saka, you've got Kane. The back four, for you guys, what is England's best back four?
You've got to have Stones and Maguire, I think. Walker and
Maguire and Shaw.
Yeah.
And then obviously Pickford in that.
Yeah. But and then the left wing position then. So you got one of our own up here, Anthony Gordon. Does he fit into your 11 or is it someone else?
He's had a good season not to be ignored.
He's better to come in on, end at game when they're tired and he can just rip it
I
up.
play Grealish.
Grealish, are you?
Yeah.
And then how far can England go in the Euros? Realistically, what he's expecting?
Win it.
Win it, yeah.
Should win
They
it.
better get to quarter-finals, haven't they?
Should be winning it. These boys are going.
We've got tickets for quarter-final, so as long as England do everything we need them to do, we'll be watching them in Dusseldorf.
Yeah, for the ones that never said we're going to win it, who have you guys got as the favourites in the Euros?
It's always got to be Germany, innit? Germany are always thereabouts, and France.
Just England. England are going to win it. It's coming on.
Confident, yeah.
It's coming on. It's coming on. It's got to. He's got to. Gareth Southgate will end up winning a major trophy, and he'll bow out, even though he's probably one of the worst England managers we've probably had.
If he gets to the final, would it change your minds or anything?
No, still out.
No, still out. Even if he wins it, no.
Still out. Still out.
Right, there we go. Southgate. He splits a lot of England fans' opinions, both sides of the fences. What side are you guys on?
Southgate at the minute, but I think it could be his last one if he don't pull his finger out a little bit, I think.
Yeah. What would be a good sort of Euros then to kind of keep him on side for you?
We've got to be semi-final, I think. With the team we got, with the attacking we got.
More aggressive as well, I think.
Defending, we're struggling a little bit, I think, but we should outscore people. Yeah.
As boring as it is, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, he took over, he has got us obviously to a better spot, but I do also think, again, probably like the majority, that with the players that he's got, should be delivering more, but I feel like he could be. But
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and are you guys Southgate in or Southgate out?
I reckon he should stay in. A little bit longer.
6 weeks' time.
Does his future depend on the Euros for you then?
Probably, yeah.
What would that do then? Is that quarters he's got to get to, semis, final? What would you say?
I think you need to win it with the squad.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Have we got the best squad in the Euros, do you reckon? Or is there another favourite that you've got then?
Probably say France is up there, but England's... I think the fact we've got so much youth in every single position, I think could win.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think we've got a young squad, so I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then the back four, a lot of the England team picks itself. You've got the central midfield picks itself. Kane's obviously going to start. Pickford's going to start. All the rest of them. Well, how's your back four, ideal, perfect back four?
Better off asking him that one.
Probably Walker, Stones, Maguire. I don't even know who I left back. Luke Shaw if he's fit, but if not, it's probably got to be Trippier.
Yeah, I would say Trippier has to be in there, definitely.
Yeah, so you've got Trippier and you've got Anthony Gordon who are likely to start. Will Anthony Gordon start for the Euros or will it be someone else?
No, I think he has to start.
Yeah.
He has to.
Yeah, has
Definitely.
to. Yeah, he has to.
Are you saying that because it's Newcastle bias? I've got Newcastle bias as well, so don't worry, I'm just asking.
No, I think he's one of the best players in the league at the minute, so...
He's like, it'll be really, because obviously he's young, so it'll be easier from start because he's got the youth in him.
Yeah, and then with Anthony Gordon as well, obviously he's playing with Bruno, the likes of the Geordies up here. Playing for England when you've got Bellingham, when you've got Kane, when you've got whatever. Do you think we're going to see an even better Anthony Gordon, or how do you see his performance going in the Euros?
I don't know if we'll see a better Anthony Gordon, but I think it'll be a lot like a good thing for him. A lot of learning he can do from it, I think.
Yeah.
I think he'll thrive with the better players around him. I think like as long as he's not shadowed by everyone else playing better, I think he'll just thrive the host.
Yeah, and then the other one is obviously Trippier as well. So you mentioned that it's not necessarily going to be Trippier in your starting 11. How much game time are you expecting him to pick up in the Euros as well? And are you expecting him to be shifted onto the left at all?
I think he'll go on to the left, but I don't think you get much game time. I think he'll probably play half the games, if that.
Yeah, I think he'll play start most games, but then he'll go off like after half time, like 60th minute or something.
I think he'll start as long as Luke Shaw's not fit. And if Luke Shaw is fit, I think that's when Trippier will be dropped.
You start him on the left, would you?
Aye, definitely.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of them. We've seen probably more of them than most England fans. How do you rate him on the left in comparison to the right?
I think he is better on the left than on the right, but I just think he needs to be in that position a bit more.
I think he is good in left. He is good in left back as well. But like, it's just I think he should be able to play right back because then.
I just think Kieran Trippier's got a character, so I think any position he'll play class. But it all depends on how fit he is.
Yeah, right, there we go then. Yeah, and then we've got manager, Southgate. He splits a lot of opinion. Are you Southgate in or Southgate out?
In, definitely in. I think he's a little bit late sometimes with substitutions, or he doesn't necessarily jump the gun, but I think he's definitely brought a style of play that's definitely moving in the right direction. We showed the last couple of tournaments we're getting where we need to be, so...
Yeah, a couple of people that we spoke to said it obviously depends on the result of the tournament, whether he's in or out or whatever. Does it have any say in it at all, how he does in the Euros for you?
To an extent, yeah. I think if we get grouped, then there's more pressure on him. I think more likely that he wouldn't renew his contract. But for me, I think if he wants to stay for what he's done for us, we let him stay. Obviously not forever, but I think he hasn't done anything wrong so far, so he deserves a chance.
Yeah, it's definitely in, yeah? And then for you, Sal?
In.
Southgate in or Southgate out? Do you like him?
In.
In? Yeah? Why do you like him?
I just like him.
Right, and then the Euros. So, the Southgate, he splits a lot of opinion. What side of the fence are you guys sitting on with him?
I knew this was coming. Right, Southgate, I think he's done a lot, but I think he's on his downfall now. We're due for a replacement. Definitely, I'd say.
Does it depend on the Euros for you then? Because if you're kind of saying that, I mean, I guess if we won the Euros, that would sway in his favour.
I understand where you're coming from. It's more just the way he plays, the people he plays. Like, the way he's left people out of this Euros as well. Like, I understand Rashford and stuff. It's just, I can't quite understand. I'm sure he's got his reasons, but I think we're due a new manager.
Yeah. I think it would help. I think getting a new manager would lift the spirit a bit, because obviously there's that sense of, oh, it's Southgate, what's he going to bring to the table next? And it's just like downfall. But I feel like if we get a new manager, it will lift the spirits up, and I feel like we can go pretty far.
If you've got a name on who you would like to see, because obviously international football's a different beast compared to Premier League stuff. Is there a manager that you kind of think would suit? Obviously, we've got loads of exciting young players and stuff like that who could really bring it out.
I actually could not put my finger on a manager that I'd want appointed. All I can say is that with Southgate, it's so unpredictable. Like, today, it's going to be interesting to see how he's looking for the Euros. I'd definitely say it's how he starts, how he switches, what subs he uses. However today goes is going to, I say, judge how the Euros is going to go. It could be controversial, but it's
not expecting a win, but at least some kind of presence of this is what's going forward in the future, because he probably won't play his strongest side today, but if we play good without our strongest sides, then it gives us a bit of hope.
Yeah. And obviously a lot of the slots are already taken. The centre of midfield kind of picks itself. You've got the keeper, you obviously trust the keeper, you got Harry Kane who gets that. The central back four, how would that line up against really tough opposition? What's our best four when everyone's fit?
Trippier.
Yeah. With his captaincy today, as it's been announced, I think it's really good to see. Obviously, we don't have... If Trippier's got his captaincy, I don't know how it's going to go with Kane. I don't know if we're going to start Kane. I don't know how it's going to go. Like I say, it's really interesting to see. But Trippier with his captaincy today, I think that's going to be really interesting to see, especially with him being at his home ground. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays. I can imagine he's going to have a big confidence boost being close to home.
I think Maguire will be a good shout as well. Even though he doesn't play good for his Man United, for England he comes out on top.
Who's the person that you'd put? Because I think that's probably the weakest position, arguably, for England. We're flipped and flopped a lot. No one's really nailed down that position and made it their own. We've got Branthwaite, you've got a few from Crystal Palace. Who would you kind of...
I honestly could not put my finger on it. It's everyone plays to the different strength. It all depends on the day. Obviously, it's St James's Park is totally different for England. It's once in a blue moon, and hopefully it all goes well. Like I say, for me back line, I couldn't say. It all depends how Southgate goes with it. It's totally
depends what the team connection is. Really, it depends how well they've trained together, and see how long they got, like how well they've got along together.
And then what about left back as well? Because Luke Shaw had nailed that down. He's had a bit of an injury-prone season. What would you say for the...
Luke Shaw, I think it'll be good.
Well as well. He's been injured a lot of this season. So
I feel like if we give Luke Shaw a shout, it'd be quite good, because obviously he knows what it's like playing in the Euros. He's done it before, and he obviously that final where he set up where he scored that goal, I think it was unbelievable. So I feel like Luke Shaw will be a good shout. But
and then what about wingers as well? Because that's the other positions that's up for
Anthony Gordon. I'd love to see Gordon get game time today. I think he wants to prove to the England side, to Southgate, that he's capable. Obviously, he hasn't been here long, and in the time he has been here, he's done mint.
Obviously, Eddie Howe's changed him as a player, because obviously him at Everton, he was kind of...
He struck us as a moody kid. That's what it struck us as, but you can tell like the effect that Eddie Howe's had on him, and it really has changed him as a player. I agree, yeah.
How do you think he'll set up for England? Because obviously we've seen him in a Newcastle shirt. I mean, I don't know if it's a little bit of bias. I'm a Newcastle fan myself. I love Anthony Gordon. I think he's fantastic. You've almost got that unnatural thing that you want to big the players up and stuff. He's had a fantastic season. Are you expecting more from him in an England shirt with the England players that he's going to have around him than you would in a Newcastle shirt with the players?
I'd say so. Like, obviously, again, same with Trippier. He's at his hometown. He's wearing a different kit, but he's got the same confidence with him being at his home ground. But
Kane, Bellingham, he's going to have Rice. He's got
a totally different squad. Obviously, he's not used to playing with them, the same starting 11. So it is going to be a bit different, but I've got faith in him. I really do think he can put a really good performance in, and he'd probably get a goal today, 100%.
Yeah, I feel the same, especially since that he's a home ground. He's used to it. The fans. He knows what it's like up here, so I feel like he'd fit really comfortable in today.
He's got that confidence boost of being at his home ground.
Definitely. And then thoughts on Southgate as well. He's very Marmite. He seems to split a lot of fans. What side of the fence are you guys on?
Love him to bits.
Yeah.
I think he's changed the team in a lot of ways. He's brought forward a lot of things as well. Let's face it, they have actually done better than they've done for a long time with Southgate in charge.
Yeah, and how far are you expecting England to go in the Euros as well?
All the way, hopefully.
That's the plan.
I'm realistic.
On the fence.